Some people call me Susie. Sumi.
When I was a little kid, the person I was around the most was my grandma. And her name is...
スビエ・島田フレンチです。でもある人はスージと呼びます。中にはスミと呼ぶ人もいます。ある人はお母さん、ある人はおばあさんと呼びます。今の楽しみはフットボール、野球を見ることです。その他には私のやることは今は本を読んだりパズルをして時間を過ごしています。That's about it.
She's also very modest, so I'll talk about her for her. She really loves doing crossword puzzles and playing checkers, more often than not by herself. She also loves being on camera. She loves to talk on and on and on and on and on about her family. And whenever she's talking and says fortunately, 99.99% of the time, she really means unfortunately. Testing.
Testing.
1, 2, 3. Testing.
I born in a serious small town. Whether my father grew up, my mother grew up. My mother is just a normal, happy-go woman. So my father, he's a smart man. He make a garden. He make a good vegetable. I remember that he used to dig in a hole in the ground side of the house. He keep all the vegetable in there and cover up. Even in winter time, snow on the top, they get the stuff out. This is fresh. But I remember he drink 2 bottles of sake every single night. They said that's good for you. Maybe that's what's making it even longer. I got three brothers,
2 sisters.
2 sisters.
So there's 6 of you.
No, only 1, 2, 4 brothers.
So there are 7 of you.
Yes, 7. So meanwhile, when my childhood is not much, this long time ago, that's a different world than right now. When I used to go to kindergarten, they used to have a stage play in Army Hospital. We go over there and entertainment stuff,
Do you remember what you would dress up as or like?
Like most time, that time is a samurai. You never see the picture? I think I remember by first grade, I moved to a big city because my father's occupation. 5th grade, almost 6th grade, he had to transport to Tokyo. That's why we moved up to Tokyo. By that time, I think World War II started. So that's right after moving to Tokyo, I went to a couple 3 different cities, have to catch train to go to school every day. But that time, this war is pretty bad, I think. I didn't think anything about it too much. because when young.
Yeah, you don't really think too much about it.
Where I used to live, just outside of South Tokyo, I remember when I get off train, I see other side of the city, straight, nothing there, the burning. A lot of times we don't get to go to school because bombing stuff, You know, most of the time I remember my kids' time, always the war. You know, that time all the time is no have children, no have a chance like now. But I enjoy. I think that's all the kids that time, the year, you know. Long as they have place to sleep, something to eat, they feel like happy, you know. They don't ask much. Just an entire different world now to then, you know. So that's kind of boring, come to think about it, isn't it? Yeah, but I have more exciting or whatever different life since I come this country, I guess. I met him in 1956, I think, through my friend, husband. I knew him 3 years. Okay, he was stationed 2 years, Japan, but he come back to Texas, and he stayed Texas 1 year. So altogether, 3 years between him. I met him and to marry. He have to come to Japan to marry me, because I couldn't come here, this country. He get the permission from his company commander, say okay. So of course, I guess he don't have no way to come over across to Japan, because he probably don't have money to buy a ticket. Right? So he went to near the California station and he trying to get the free ride from Army to cross to Japan. So he wait on the airplane to give him a ride, but they don't have it. So he finally wind up a ship across the ocean to come to Japan. The ship take about almost 2 weeks. Anyway, finally we got married. So by that time his leave time finished. So meanwhile he wrote a letter to his commanding office to give an extension, the leave time. Meanwhile we don't get it, so he decided to have to go back. After days or so he left. I got a letter from his commanding office and he got extended. Before I come this country, my mother's father come with me to airport. I remember before I left Japan, I asked my mother to go to shopping. I buy her material to make a kimono, and we had a lunch. She's favorite restaurant eat is katsudon. So we eat a katsudon and we went to movie. She used to like to go movie all the time. Even World War II is going on, she goes. Fortunately, she passed away when College High School, right? Mm. Yeah, that's the last time me and my mother spent the time together. 1959, I come to this country. I landed in Oakland, California. So after I married and I come to the country, he stationed in Texas, like I told you earlier. We stayed there about years, I think. But meanwhile, I pregnant Carla, my oldest daughter. He's going to overseas Korea. So every time, like I told you, he goes to overseas, I have to come back this time to close to his family. So after that, we moved to New York, and a couple of years later, I have a second daughter, Teresa, in Crossville. And after he come back, we go to New Jersey, base Fort Dix, I think. So we stayed there quite a while, and we wind up in Ohio. Then I have Bobby there. So, yeah, but he's gone again overseas when Bobby's about a year old. But that's another thing, so a big story. I used to learn English, watch television, just to guess. Listen to people talking. That's how I catch it up. Somehow I catch it up somehow, isn't it? You want me to go back to go to Tucson? My baby sister come from Japan. She married a Japanese guy. He already been in this country so many years and have a restaurant all over. And they come down to Albuquerque, New Mexico. They're fixing to open second one in New Mexico. My sister offered, I said, why don't you move up here to work a little bit? I said, well, it sounds good, because I don't have any small children to have to take care of it. After that, they asked us to go to Tucson. So we moved to Tucson, and I worked there about 10 years. I guess that's the first time after I come this country, I did what I enjoy to do it for myself. But when I moved to Tucson, Arizona, they have an Air Force base. There's a lot of Japanese girls. So I make a lot of friends there. So we had once a month in a restaurant. I opened a place for Japanese girl to have a karaoke. So that's why we have fun once in a while, once a month, That's my part of my enjoyment, I guess, fun, All the Japanese girl looking forward to. I enjoyed it. Your grandpa passed away. I come to move to Birmingham, little while. Carla was there, Stay there, but Teresa, she offered me to come down and live with her. That's how I wound up with Atlanta, Georgia. After that, Alan got a job at Jacksonville. They changed to North Carolina. So I guess I make a friend every time I move. I don't have too much to connect because we live in just so many different places, short time, year. So now I go back to Japan. I just have my younger brother, baby brother, Nami. That's nobody there. That's the way life, I guess, isn't it? So I don't have much anymore people to talk to like I used to, That's a shame, isn't it? I guess that's the age. Everybody going, I'm myself. I just lost all the friends, I know you think this is a boring life, isn't it? But I think I did the best I can for anybody,
This is really unprofessional, but if I don't have a piece of paper, then I won't be able to do this word for word, and I won't remember anything. So, yeah, just bear with me. I came into this project thinking that I was close to my grandma. And obviously she's been around for my whole life. And obviously doing this project has not only made me think about her past, but our past together. So for this project, we obviously talked a lot. And she told me some parts of her life. And I learned some things I didn't know before. And I made this, meaning like this project, to tell her story, but along the way of telling it, I found out that I really don't know anything about her at all, and that's really frustrating. And I know 90 years of someone's life doesn't condense into half an hour or however long this ends up being. And no one remembers every moment of their life. It's impossible to do that. But to me, it feels like a lot of pieces are missing. Photos of family, big gaps, moments of her life, little details. And it makes what I do know feel incomplete. And maybe I'm frustrated because this project feels like I'm publishing a book with a bunch of chapters missing. And maybe more personally, I think I'm frustrated by the idea of knowing somebody your entire life and not knowing it all about them. Like knowing everything and knowing nothing at all. Like a surface level understanding of somebody, a surface level understanding of my grandma. I don't know, maybe, I don't know. Maybe that's why I'm frustrated. And maybe this is how most grandson relationships kind of go. Maybe that's just how most of them are. And I know it's always going to be different than friendships and relationships that she has with people who call her mom or Susie or Sumie or Sumi or. So I guess I have to deal with this frustration and the missing gaps because what I get to know is what I get to know, and that should be enough. Because maybe time is more valuable than information. I don't know. And maybe surface level is the deepest level you can get with someone that you love, and that's okay because you love them anyway. I'm a firm believer in the idea. All right, I'm going to read this word for word because I know for sure that if I don't say it, then it just won't come across. I'm a firm believer in the idea that love reciprocates. I felt loved by my aunt, my uncle, and my mom, and all their love comes from my grandma. So naturally, I love her the most. So even though I'm frustrated, it's enough because I love her. I guess today is basically just kind of like asking about your life now, and then kind of just asking you to reflect a little bit, I guess.
Asking me what?
To reflect a little bit.
What's that?
Just thinking about your life up until this point.
Oh. You know, other day I told Teresa, when I left Japan, my mother was younger than Teresa. 50.
She was only 50?
Yeah. That's amazing, isn't it? My mother said, why you have to go so far away? But when you're younger, you just do what you think you want to do, you know. I hear that my sister told me, she said that she wished she could see me one more time. It's kind of sad, you know. Then I told myself what I done to her, you know. But I guess when you're younger, you think you're going to do this, and then you just go on. Don't, you know. So, but I don't know, maybe I make a mistake that way.
Do you ever wish that you could just like
Yeah.
go back and just
Yeah.
kind of,
Be nice, huh?
yeah.
But I kind of wish, yeah, I could have stayed in Japan when young and spend more time with my family, maybe. But I choose to come here, so I have to go through, you know. So, but what? Yeah, a little bit wish, you know, stay in Japan. This is, I guess that's normal, right?
When you think of the word home, what place do you think of?
You know, I think I moved so many different places. I think I called home all the family together. I can say hotel, typical place, you know.
It's just wherever your family is.
Yeah. Now I'm just enjoy life and enjoy family. Yeah, that's it. That's the family is the most important things in life. I don't wish anything. Long as everybody happy around me, healthy, that's all I was hoping for. You know, I never ask for myself when the children's grown. All I ask is just that they're happy and grown good. That's all I think about it every day. So I guess it's just nothing much to asking for, you know, after you had 3 children. So fortunately I have a good children, good grandchildren. But I think about you all the time. Only kid, I've been with you ever since you were born. This kind of feel, this city grandma, that's what it is. I'm proud of you. You two grow up a good human being. That's more important to me, you know. I think I have a good life right now. That's the fortunate life I have right now, I think. I know so, yeah. It's been a long journey, 60 years more. But sometimes I just wonder how I've been doing this. You know, I can think that I can record it right now, how I've been go through all of this. So I'm not complaining. I think I'm a lucky woman. I'm just lucky one.
I think we're good here.
You think this done is good? No.
Yeah, I mean,
Can you make sense out of it?
Yeah, I appreciate you talking to me.
So
It's nice to talk to you.
that's kind of boring, isn't it?
I don't know why you keep
No,
calling it
you don't
boring.
think so? But I don't have too much to tell you, you know.
Okay,
So
cool.
that's it for today.
Mm-hmm.